don't give two shits. Excellent contribution, Gavin.
I almost wonder if that would work as, like, background.
How does everybody else feel about it?
I'm a little irritated.
About?
Life, but also,
Shall we get this going?
Let's
do
go
it.
ahead and roll on into this.
All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to yet another episode of the CAMcast. We're still groggy from SEMA, but we're here for you.
Yay!
Yay!
And we're not in the basement.
Yay! Wait.
Well,
Is that,
Actually,
I mean,
no, I like this. I like the office.
being up here gives me memories of like when I first joined.
yeah, this is where
Like,
you...
when I really like met Dave.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I remember that. That was
Yeah.
before our success started going downhill.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Well,
I remember when I used to sit right there on the couch next to Fearless Leader.
yep, now there's a bunch of shit on the couch,
Yep.
including me.
Mm.
Yep, Doc here.
Thing.
Doc Taste here to slap the taste out your mouth and all that shit. I am joined, as always, by Professor of the Ghetto Arts, Uncle Radical himself.
Oh, hey.
Yep.
We'll
Yeah.
figure out what random-ass animal Google wants to say.
Oh yeah, what
we'll
have we got here?
We'll get to that in a minute. Say hi, Gavin.
Oh, hi.
Yes,
Mr.
Gavin Picar.
Greetings.
Yes.
Picar, a.k.a. I secretly have this homosexual fantasy desire for a Focus RS Bouquet.
Damn. Fuck. Can I get some of your salt on my fries? Shit.
We're not getting
I'll
fries, we're
sprinkle it
getting
like-
pizza.
Can I get some salt on my pizza? Shit.
I'll sprinkle it like Salt Bae.
Oh.
Sunglasses and everything.
Well, since we're still kind of hungover from SEMA, and since one of us has to spend more money on his money pit car,
Yay.
we don't have much of an agenda.
Spoiler alert, it's not anybody that owns a Subaru.
Oh. Ew.
I mean, for
I mean, it's a shocker, really.
for buying a car from a place that prides itself on using OEM parts, there is a shocking amount of aftermarket non-OEM garbage on this car.
Indeed.
So, just food for thought. Anyway, so we have a couple things on the agenda. I asked a question that I only got one response to, and we do have some listener mail.
Yay.
Yes.
I mean, we shouldn't sound so thrilled.
I mean,
Hey.
Oh, God.
and there's much rejoicing. Yay.
Yay.
Anyway, let's jump into the agenda. So earlier we were dealing with, my cat, which is just annoying as shit.
But Fuzz Fuzz is so adorable, though.
So cute.
Right you are, Anonymous Quagga. Right you are.
Shit, not that one again.
Yeah, it's kind of... Google's repeating itself. Don't know
Yeah,
why.
Google's running out of the good shit. Plenty of animals to choose from. Nyan Cat would have been a great recycle. I'm just going to throw it out there.
Who knows? We might get it back.
I know you're listening, Google. I know damn well you're
I
listening.
mean, they listen to everything, so...
Google knows where you are. Oh, my God. Anywho.
Whatever.
So,
So as we were dealing with my kind of apathetic house cat, which did not want to listen, so we had to kick it out.
because cat.
Yep.
He just cat.
But speaking of other apathetic house cats, Fernando Alonso, he will be testing in the Toyota TS050 with the rookie test in Bahrain.
Word.
Yep.
Okay. Now,
So-
I remember there was something about, like...
So he's going to be driving in the 24-hour of the Daytona. He's driving for United Autosport, which is owned by McLaren team, the McLaren team boss. So the McLaren team boss also said he would not be shuffling McLaren drivers over to United Autosport. But
Okay.
well, whatever. I guess just this one time, it's cool.
I guess so. But, we said this before, but Alonso is, I guess, the only other team he'll drive in is Toyota?
Since United Autosport is an IMSA only team, well, no, they actually did WEC, but they're a P2 team, so they can't challenge for the overall win at Le Mans
Gotcha.
unless things really go tits up.
Right.
But they said the only team that they would release him to go drive at Le Mans for would be Toyota. So,
okay, then.
Yeah, so he's going to go test in the one remaining P1 Pro hybrid, which...
That's right. Nobody else has those.
Yeah, everybody else is bailed. So, yeah, I mean, there are going to be quite a few more P1 privateers, but
Yeah.
that's still not quite the same.
It's not.
And also, while the head of Toyota Gazoo Racing has been saying that, yeah, we're going to come back for, the super season, yeah, Toyota hasn't actually officially announced that.
Gotcha.
Because why would you want to go back and be the only one?
You're like, yay, we're doing this. Like, okay, thanks.
It's like all you have to do is run 14 hours at Le Mans to get classified. So,
Yeah.
and you could just pull off at like 3 a.m. or whenever the hell it would be, and then call it a day.
Yep.
Be done.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So, there's that. Other notable for our F1 drivers who have done the WEC rookie test, Robert Kubica, after his horrific rally crash. The first place he popped up was doing this test. So after he got most of the fueling pack in his hands, yeah.
Okay, well, that's good.
Yeah, fun fact, Armco will cleave a rally car damn near clean in half.
Oh.
Yeah, and that's why you don't see a lot of F1 drivers doing other stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
Shit.
makes sense.
Yep, and Juan Pablo Montoya tested in the Porsche a couple years ago. So there's that.
Did they keep the jet dryers away from him?
Yes, they did.
Okay, good.
Yep.
I'm sorry, that never gets old.
It never will. God damn it, it never fucking will. Oh, so they're still making our pizza.
Yay.
Indeed. Well, next up, so IndyCar, they announced their schedule, and there was a big thing on there that caused a lot of people to shit a 10-pound brick, but a lot of these people who were shitting said brick were never actually going to go to that race. They took Watkins Glen off the calendar and replaced it with a return to Portland.
Portland
International Raceway, a place they had not been in over a decade.
Wow.
Is there a reason for them not being there in over a decade?
I mean, the track needed upgrades, and also this over a decade, they were, that was still the kart IndyCar or IRL thing. So, yeah, like you effectively split your fan base. And
Interesting.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a fun, weird little pissing contest that happened for about a decade too long.
Yeah.
Yeah, now people wonder why NASCAR's all over the place and nobody gives a shit about IndyCar. Split your fan base like that, yeah. It's going to get weird. Going to get real weird.
It's getting kind of weird.
I mean, with all the hipsters up there, it makes sense why the track would be a little bit run down.
I mean,
Yeah.
It's for that vintage feel.
Yeah.
The warm, crackly sound of
that vintage, dilapidated feel.
Oh, yes.
the warm, crackly sound of metal on pavement.
Yep. Well, anyway, so they are upgrading the track because IndyCar is not going to run on some sort of shitty, overgrown go-kart track or whatever the hell Portland International Raceway is looking like right now. But before IndyCar does that, Pirelli World Challenge will be testing the waters.
In Portland.
Dipping a pinky in the ranch, if you will.
Interesting.
Yeah. So,
It's always ranch, too.
Yeah.
gotta make sure, man. You know?
I mean, I guess there's so many variations in ranch dressing.
There's quite a bit.
I mean, does it have buttermilk? Does it not have buttermilk? Is it too sweet? Is it a bit sour?
How much of
Hidden
that
Valley?
Is it light or is it heavy, thick, and creamy?
How much of that packet did you accidentally dump in?
Oh, this is roll your own ranch dressing.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, son.
I mean, go to the grocery store. Go down the salad dressing aisle. Look at all your options for ranch. Fucking look at it. Blow your goddamn mind.
There is more than Hidden Valley, don't you know?
Oh. I mean...
Yeah, there's Kroger.
and
Ugh.
it's more than just regular ranch and light ranch.
And worse.
Talk
Dare
shit.
we say it's...
Newman's Own? Does
Oh,
he do
no,
ranch?
Newman's Own is great.
I know.
It's fucking legit.
I support people who used to race.
Yeah. God rest his soul.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so...
I'll drink to that.
Hey.
Yeah. Anyway.
What is this? Miller High Life.
Yep. The champagne of canned beers.
Indeed.
So, yeah. So, World Challenge will not be running support for IndyCar because IndyCar is going to be there in August, while World Challenge will, I believe, be out at UMC, or at least that's on the calendar. World Challenge will be in Portland, July 13th through the 15th.
Gotcha.
Yes. So, there you go.
Fun stuff.
Well, that's pretty good. So,
yeah, Northwest fans, go get it.
Embrace.
Yeah.
I mean, this is one more reason for us to go visit Manimal and Chirp,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
which we need to do anyway. I mean,
Well, yeah.
kind of sad I missed Chirp on this trip to
I know, me
Vegas.
too.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we heart you, Chirp,
Miss you, buddy.
and Manimal, Hanimal, and Minimal,
Another minimal.
and the Dogimals.
Yep.
Yes,
yeah.
we'll come
Anyway.
for you.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, Northwest folk, like, you have your regional club racing, but then as far as, like, big national things,
Not a lot.
Formula Drift goes up to Seattle every year, but that's really it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing in that neck of the woods in Canada,
No.
because all the Canadian racing is in the eastern half of the country, as I found out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, a lot around in Quebec.
That's where Toronto is, right?
I mean, it's in
Yes.
the neighborhood. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of the French Canadians, they got a lot of good racing there. Seems weird.
There's been some good race car drivers from that though,
Oh, yeah.
from like
I mean-
world renowned.
Yeah, some great stuff. Great people, yeah. But I just find it weird that it's, seems to be centrally located in French Canada.
Right, not actual Canada.
Yeah, not real Canada. That weird mutant stuff
Yeah,
where you speak quote-unquote French.
but like not really.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, so people in the Northwest, if you are interested in racing, I mean, you will have World Challenge, and then a month later you will have IndyCar. So these are things you should go watch,
Do it.
for they are awesome.
Go watch right
Yes.
Indeed.
Get your tickets as soon as you can.
Oh, I'm going to add something into our
Agenda?
agenda right
Into
quick.
our meager agenda.
Indeed.
Well, then, while you're doing that, hold on. You're a new animal. You are...
now. Standing by.
Aw, KCA is going to love this. The Anonymous Fox.
Duh.
Ooh.
Yup.
I heart foxes. Such cunning, small animals.
Oh, I saw one, a few weeks ago. Me and the girlfriend went for a walk, and it was just kind of wandering around. So, that was fun.
Little foxy.
Yeah. So, while Dave is doing that, so the question I asked is, so I'm trying to sell the GTI, but every time I go to sell the GTI, something happens. So,
Such as
well, like,
today.
yeah, well, Monday morning I got in the car, and it misfired, so it gave me the flashing check engine light. I shut the car off, and I started up again, and everything seemed fine, but the check engine light was still on, so I was worried,
Sure.
considering we've cracked open the motor fairly recently.
Yeah.
So I left the car at home, but yeah, I'm trying to get rid of this damn thing, and every time I go to sell it, like, that pops up, or,
Something happened.
yeah, some damn thing
Just
happened.
don't sell it.
I'm gonna have to sell this, Gavin. It's,
Just don't do it.
It's one of those things where it's like, when you can't afford to operate the vehicle, it becomes pointless to own it.
I could have,
True.
for what I have put into this thing, I could have bought, like, a gently used Focus ST.
Yeah, for just the service money.
Well,
that
not
he's
for
put into
That-
no, not just
that
for the
can't
service
be.
money. No,
That
like,
can't be.
all in. So I bought the car for $15, and I've put like $4,000 into it on top of that.
Okay.
So I'm
All
at
right.
19.
Okay,
So yeah, I
You
could
could,
have.
you could buy
I
a
was-
first generation Focus
I was-
with all that.
I was a little confused
Yeah,
there.
no.
I was thinking, wow, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
no,
I was
so-
gonna say that's a
No.
a lot.
Yeah,
You've had the car a year.
yeah. So yeah, all in, I could have bought something cheaper.
You could have bought a winter beater.
I could have bought several things.
Yeah.
So,
And I'm going to keep slapping Subarus out of your hand. It's just a dumb idea.
but what if a cheap Hawkeye wagon pops
No.
up? But
no, Yom,
but-
no,
Says the man that
no.
drives
it's a
Subaru.
wagon.
Why- yeah, I drive an $800 Outback.
Well,
That's a phenomenal winter beater.
Sure.
It is, and I hate winter.
yeah,
And this doesn't
Oh,
have
we
a cold
know.
weather package.
Has the tow package,
yeah.
It does.
No,
so you can haul that ass.
Well, what's funny too is our good buddy Christian was asking.
Yeah.
He asked one of the groups that we're part of on Facebook.
Mhm.
Said, interesting $1,000 or less, sub $1,000 winter beater that's all wheel drive. What kind of
And-
suggestions.
And then our other good buddy Jordan chimed in and said, "Just buy winter tires for your GTI."
Which I mean,
yeah.
That's obviously the route he would go if he doesn't find something that's cheap and be terrific.
Of course.
I wouldn't want to drive the GTI in the snow either.
Oh, I would. I so would.
It's not ideal.
No, definitely not ideal.
Have you met me?
We've met you.
Have you seen my driving?
Yeah, I watched you
we've
heat soak
felt
the
it.
shit out of my GTI.
Zing.
Yeah, and I watched you take off in Alex Crane's. Shout out to Alex.
Hey,
I
Alex.
watched you take off in his Mustang.
Yeah.
And then me just hitting fuel cut 4,000 RPM. Yeah, so quickly.
Yeah.
I,
Sorry about that.
It's all right. Anyway, yeah, so I asked, put it to you, the people, have you had a car that just, whenever it came time for you to sell it or part it out or just generally rid yourself of it, has it acted like a crazy ex and been like, no?
Don't leave me, baby.
Either they start doing all the crazy shit that you want them to do, or they start doing crazy shit that you don't want them to do.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, so not much response, but we did get a big response from Travis Cox. Shout out to Travis.
Hi, Travis.
Heyo.
Yeah. Shout out to the middle of fucking nowhere.
Well, I mean, he's only in like Santaquin. That's not too far.
It's still out there.
Like it's on the border of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's the definite boonies.
I mean, yeah.
He can see the traffic light in town.
I actually don't. Whoa, yeah. Actually, you know what? There is a stoplight in Santaquin. I think there's only one, and I think it's right there by that Maverick, right off the freeway.
Well, hot damn.
Wow.
Oh wow,
Wow.
wow.
Anyway, he says, I have two, neither one were a lot of occurrences. The first one was my Integra. I wasn't really planning on selling the car, but a buddy really wanted to buy it from me, and I was considering getting a newer car. I rebuilt this car from the ground up and was very attached to it, so I wanted to make sure it went to a good home. Anyway, buddy brings me the cash, and I was going to drive the car to his house like 30 miles away, and he was going to bring me home. We get about 5 miles from my house, and all the lights go dim, and then the engine dies. Alternator goes out. We get the car towed back to my house, jump online, find somebody selling an alternator, buy it the next day, swap the alternator out so my buddy can come back and pick up the car. But we can't find the keys. Look for about an hour before we give up, and he decides to just come back the next night. Found the keys the next day on the back porch. Never went out back that day, so I have no idea how they got there. Ended up replacing the Integra with a fairly fast car, and now my buddy I sold the car to had the slowest car in the group, and he didn't like that much. After owning the car about a week, he sold it to buy something faster. And I got to watch as the Integra slowly turned to shit. That's fun.
Sad.
I feel like everything that happened was trying to tell me not to sell the car to him. LOL. Yeah, well, I wouldn't have sold my Integra to that annoying little shit if I didn't have to. So, yeah. So I bought my Integra from my buddy Eric Smart, dude to go way back with.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it was a decent car.
yeah, it was a great car, like Thunder Gray LS Integra Coupe. So, bought the car from him, palled around in it, and then I was delivering pizzas at the time. The car that I was delivering pizzas in, a '88 Legend L sedan. Thank you.
Ooh.
Got the living shit T-boned out of it. So,
Yeah, it got straight up armada,
yeah,
Ooh.
got a real up close object
like
lesson in
passenger
physics.
door damn near console armada.
Shit.
Yeah.
It was good. It was
Yeah.
good.
So, yeah, knowing that there was a chop shop or two operating in Sandy at the time where my delivery area was, I didn't want to convert the Integra to winter duty.
Right.
So I sold it. I ended up selling it to a kid who was very excited about it, but then kept calling me when every little problem would happen and expect me to figure it out. But the problem was the kid was living in Price.
Ha!
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And unfortunately, I still had a little bit of money left on the loan, so I couldn't give him the title when he came and picked up the car. So I got a bill of sale, I got a check, whatever.
Yeah.
Car's out of my hair. His dad comes to pick up the title, and instead of just being like really cool about it, which would have led me to say that I sold him the car for $100, he starts being a total dick, talking about how I'm not helping out his son. I sold him a piece of shit, and he's got half a mind to kick my ass. Mind you, he's in my house.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Was there any signs of aggression before he got in the house?
No. So,
He's just an asshole.
yeah, just a fucking asshole. So, knowing that, like, he probably would have kicked my ass, and he probably would have just taken the title and forged my signature on it, and I didn't want to get the fucking cops involved, I wrote down the full sale price of the car, and he's like, yeah, you should just write $100 in there for taxes. That, it's the least you could do. the least I could do is I sold your shithead son a car that he doesn't know what the fuck to do with.
Yeah.
I mean, there's that.
He paid every penny of what I was asking for, so he's going to pay taxes on every penny of what he paid me. So
Because you were an asshole.
don't be a dick.
Don't be weird.
Yeah.
Just how it is.
So then the kid gets a hold of Eric trying to sell the car back to the original owner in this scenario. He's trying to sell it to Eric for what Eric had it originally listed, which was much more than what I bought it for him, from Eric from. The kid then tries to sell it to me, saying that he fixed all this stuff that I ruined, and I no, I had a factory Acura trained technician give the car a once-over, and he said the miles are high, but
everything's fine.
yeah, the timing belt, the water pump, everything's been done, so you're good.
Yeah.
Like, this car is solid. So, yeah, I don't know what he fixed or what he broke, but,
Sounds like that kid doesn't know how to car.
The kid doesn't know how to car. It's a fucking LS Integra. The easiest thing you can ever deal with.
It's true, though.
If you have a 10-millimeter wrench, a 10-millimeter socket, and just the right amount of rage, you can take that thing apart and put it back together.
Yeah.
Hell, you can even turn it into a fire-breathing monster with that same basic tool set I just told you about.
No wonder my 10s keep going missing.
Well,
struggle.
Anyway,
Indeed.
Travis does have a second part of the story. The second time was my K20 Civic. I believe I remember this car. The car was for sale for months and very little interest in nothing serious. Finally found a buyer, a girl who was super excited to buy the car. We had plans to meet so she could take a look at it. But late the night before, I hit a deer out in Podunk, Utah. We were both bummed.
Ouch.
Yes! It's harsh. And I believe... so you may remember the ballad of Pizza Bro. We have not seen him in a while.
Yeah, it's been quite a minute.
Well, we do have a new Pizza Bro.
Okay.
This dude that's delivering it to us. He has a Focus ST.
How do you... Really?
Yes.
Wow.
It's Thane.
Yeah, how do I know this? Because it tells me the name of the delivery driver.
And does it say what car...
No, but when I open the door, I can see out there.
Yeah, you've seen the car before.
Yeah.
Well, and now that we're upstairs in the office, we can peer out the window and
Into the dark abyss of the night.
Yes.
Well, it's a black ST, so you're probably not going to see too much. But
it's all good.
he wants to do stuff to it, but he says he wants to do mostly cosmetic stuff at first. I told him to get an access port, because that thing will be, that'll be a little ripper.
Make it fast.
Yeah.
And he's like, nah, fam.
Hey, his car. Let
Sure.
him, there are some pretty cool things you could do to make those things look cool, so,
Yeah, I mean, it is, at the end of the day, a tuner car. There's lots of things you can do to it in any sort of regard, whether it's speed with power or handling or aesthetic.
Yeah. We're trying not to be gatekeepers. Like, if you want to do something, do it. The worst question you can ask is not asking one.
True.
So, yeah. So, like, if you legitimately have a question, like, you don't know something, ask it.
The worst question is a lazy question. That like, you don't put any thought into asking it. And don't do any research before asking other people.
Yeah.
Basically asking to have that silver spoon shoved so far up your ass that it makes it to your tonsils.
Well, I've been accused of, like, asking lazy questions or not doing research, but it's... I put the question to, like, a Facebook group where I know I'm going to get an answer.
Yeah.
But I know I'm not going to get that answer immediately. So then I start looking through Google, trying to figure out the answer to my problem.
Yeah.
And then while I'm doing that, I'm getting buried on Facebook because it's like, let me Google that for you. And it's like, I am fucking Googling it, but I'm asking you guys to try to circumvent this whole Google goddamn thing. Just searching stuff.
Yeah.
I
mean, I guess something that I've kind of seen and really have grown to hate over time is people asking really vague and naive questions.
Well, I mean...
Of, like, what's the first mod I should do to my car? Like, okay, well, what the fuck do you want to do? Like, do you want speed?
Well...
Are you going to track it? Are you going to be a scene kid and do freeway pulls? Are you going to, like...
Yeah, I mean...
Like, what do you want to do?
Well, I mean, for, like, a noob, that's a fairly valid question. I mean, we've all been there.
Sure, we all have.
Yeah, like, I remember getting just torched on the forums back in the day. It's like, what should I get and what should I do to it? And it was a lot of, like, dudes who were like, what the fuck do you want to do, idiot? And it's just shit like that. But then there were dudes like, Jeff and Eric after he got done fucking roasting me. Some of the dudes back in the OG Elite Rides days, they were like, well, what do you want it,
Yeah, it's a
like,
very,
Yeah, they weren't being gatekeepers. They weren't just like yelling at me.
They were just trying to answer the question best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which,
But, like, and something that I've seen in the Subaru scene is, like, what's the first mod I should do to my 2010 STI or whatever? You're like, well...
The answer is always blow-off valve.
Not about stage 2.
All the way.
No, you get that... I get that Turbo XS RFL valve. Just point it straight up into your hood. Start blowing the paint off, but god damn it. That thing will sound like a motherfucker.
Bruh, access port and a blow-off valve. What up?
Yeah. No, it's just, it's just one of the, like, I've been seeing that creep up a bit more. A lot of guys just, like, shitting on people, who are asking, like, what may be very valid questions to, the person asking the question.
Yeah.
They're just like, you are learned people. Please allow me to get some of your learnedness.
Yeah.
And then instead of it being like, here is knowledge, young buck, it's like, here is knowledge, young buck. Also, boot. Face.
Yeah.
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 It's like...
kick them out once you give them what they want.
Yeah, it's like...
But I think it also comes from people just wanting to open their mouth.
Yeah.
And want to hear their voice heard on the internet.
They just want to...
Something that I've typically done with groups is, like, not just start posting shit, like, as soon as I join a group, but, like, kind of observing what other people are asking and talking about. And
like...
what topic of discussion typically is and how it goes and who's posting in it. And
yeah. It's just, like, these little things. And then also, like, you should always do the obligatory, hi, this is me.
Of course you should.
Yeah. But then, lurk a little bit.
Lurking is good.
Hop in here and there.
Yeah.
But,
engage.
Yeah. But, don't be afraid to ask a question.
That's true.
And if, like...
Don't let my saltiness sway you from asking a question.
If the first response is some dude just fucking torching you for no reason, like, don't turn away.
Sure.
Most of us are fucking cool. I think Thane is here.
I heard a door close.
I heard him pull up.
You should go get some pizza.
I'm gonna go get the pizza.
I'm gonna drop a couple of things I saw here whilst
I
browsing.
see a focus.
Rad.
I see a dude.
So, hey,
into the
Gavin.
door. Yeah.
You know how we were in Vegas last week?
We were in Vegas last week, weren't we?
Yeah, and we were playing around on the North End, because we went to Charleston and whatnot. And we had a good time driving CAMcast superfan Alex Crane's Boss 302 Laguna Seca.
Indeed we did.
And, we had a lot of fun doing potentially illegal things.
I mean, I'm not going to speak to the legality aspect of this, but okay.
But, this kind of segues into what I want to talk about.
Uh-huh.
And just a little bit north of where we were is where the Koenigsegg Agera RS...
I knew you were going to take this there.
...laid down this, 278 miles an hour?
That was
now,
the
this
average.
is an average, because it's taken from both directions, from what I understand.
There was a 284 mile an hour run, I believe, and there was a slower than 278.
Okay, so peak was...
almost 290.
Yeah, ridiculous. Insane.
From what I've heard from this, and it is interesting that we were in the neighborhood.
I mean,
at the same time.
We were at the tip of the same county.
We were, yeah.
Yay, the Zaw's here.
We got Zaw's. From what I've also heard, that wasn't the max potential that car could do.
From what I've heard from more than one person is they reached an agreed upon shutdown zone. From what I'm understanding,
yeah.
It wasn't exactly.
They could have kept going
as that. Yeah, they could have kept pulling. So we don't know. Maybe this is
there's
sandbagging. Maybe there's a lot of things that go into this though, because it was a public road.
Yeah,
and this even stirs up a little bit of debate itself. There are a lot of people that are saying this killed a record that has been held by over 75 years by the Germans. By the Nazis. The Nazis, specifically. So, yeah, we've hit, the Koenigsegg did an average of 278, but it might have just broken the fastest speed ever recorded on a public road.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the Sun Valley stuff, like those public road
Right.
top speed races. Those go to like 240 something.
Right, you can really push
And
it.
like there have been some Veyrons that have done like 247 up there, but this just smashes that.
Right. Now, here's where it gets kind of interesting, this 75-year deal going on here.
Yeah.
1937, Nazi Germany, a Mercedes-Benz W125 called the Rekordwagen, because, of course,
Record wagon.
it's 1937 and the Germans can't figure out anything cooler.
I mean, they're busy killing Jews at that point, so their hands are a little tied.
So, sorry, January of 1938, a gentleman by the name of Rudolf Caracciolo, I believe I said that right, piloted up to 268 miles an hour on the German Autobahn.
Wow.
Back in 38.
What was he driving?
This 37 Rekordwagen. Anywho.
Interesting.
So this record here, almost 80 years, right?
Yeah.
But there's some discrepancy now.
Okay.
Like, people are saying, oh, Koenigsegg smashed a record. And now people who are in the records keeping business are saying, well, there was no record to smash. Because of
they only did it once?
verification. Well, no, because of verification processes.
Yeah.
Guinness Book of World Records doesn't have this 1938 poll from the Rekordwagen in the books. They have no idea.
Well, our technology is failing us, but that should be par for the course if you've been a fan long enough.
Having some technological / mental difficulties.
We are experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by.
As Mike fades us down.
God.
I am sorry, people, for the bleeding your ears are now doing.
Oh, God, no, we pegged the fuck out of that.
Yeah,
That is our bad.
and for a while. So,
You're welcome.
I mean, compression, am I right?
yeah, there we go. Anyway,
So,
this thing died when we were on the tail end of that whole Koenigsegg.
let's talk about
SSC.
Koenigsegg.
I think we were like in the meat of it.
Yeah.
We really were.
Pretty much. Just quick lift notes. 278 miles an hour. This is an average run that was recorded by the Koenigsegg Agera RS on a stretch of Nevada Road, not too far north from where we were playing.
Only
around.
a handful of miles, really.
Right. Now, it might have broken the fastest speed ever recorded on a public road, and we say might because we're not entirely sure that a lot of these previous records are, in fact,
Valid.
Valid. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
1938, January of 1938 specifically, Nazi Germany had a Mercedes-Benz W125 Rekordwagen. Because, I mean, you can't think of anything better to
Because
call.
record wagon.
Right.
I mean,
Because swagger wagon.
or whatever.
So there's that, right? If you were to ask the Germans, specifically Nazi Germans, they would say, oh, yeah, we did it. We did it like almost 80 years ago. And we made it to, let me see here, 268 miles an hour on the German Autobahn. So a lot of people are saying, oh, yeah, well, it finally dethroned this record that was from 80 years ago.
Fuck the Nazis.
Well,
Sorry.
I mean, if you don't count this, then technically they have broken a record that was far sooner, within the last 5 years.
Sure.
Because Guinness World Records has no idea what the Rekordwagen is, and they have no idea who Caracciolo is, who drove the car to 268. The record was the last official record, they say, was set in May of 2012 by Jim Peruto, who made it to 243.7 during a legal racing event, which was also in Nevada. I imagine it's probably part of the Silver State Classic.
Yeah, that was...
Yeah.
Anywho, it doesn't say what he was driving. There's a video thumbnail here that I'm not going to click on because it's a 5-year-old YouTube thumbnail. It's probably pretty low quality. So, pretty much, we're just saying, I mean, assuming this German record doesn't actually exist, maybe it does, it just wasn't verified, we don't know. But, regardless, even if the current record isn't even official, though it's in terms to be considered official. It's being reviewed as we speak.
Yeah.
278 still trumps it.
Right. That trumps everything.
Yeah, that's the top of the mountain right there.
The only things that are really getting faster than that are some like Texas Mile cars.
Yeah.
Right, and I think those are big money cars.
Yeah.
There's
money
that
cars.
Ford GT that was getting close to 300. I think they were like in the 290s.
And I know everybody is going to lose their shit at TX2K
Yep.
when the first
Next
300
year.
gets clicked off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably going to happen next year. You're right.
That's
there
what
are
I'm
a bunch
thinking.
of them that
Yeah.
are tickling pretty damn close. Like people are putting them on kill mode, and they're going nuts.
Yep.
Some Texas Mile craziness, but
That should be real exciting.
honestly,
Let's
I'm
see.
kind of excited to see, built street cars doing this. I mean, yeah, it's one thing to have a manufacturer and a hypercar come out and knock on the door of 300.
Yeah.
That's pretty damn respectable. But when some guy in a garage or with a shop at his disposal and some backyard ingenuity and some money can
Lot of
knock
money.
on 300 and something that probably didn't click off much higher than 200 to start with,
Yeah.
that's pretty impressive.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because those kind of forces that are acting upon the car
Absolutely.
is just astronomically insane.
Indeed. So, anywho, there's that. Koenigsegg just...
But, I mean, what a time to be alive, though, because we have Bugatti aiming at 300, we have Hennessy aiming at 300, and we have Koenigsegg knocking on the door of 300.
And they're all wanting to do it in basically our backyard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to think, there's not too many other places in the U.S. where this can be achieved. Legally and with any semblance of organization.
I mean,
Yeah.
even the world, really. Because
I don't know. I would say that I would wager to say that there are some portions of like the German Autobahn.
with their test track, with their own test track, when they could go out anytime they want, couldn't get as fast, or they're struggling to get as fast as that. When Koenigsegg can just go out and close off a little bit of Nevada State Highway and
That's
throw
true.
down.
Okay, that's true. I'll give you that. So, but I mean, there's that. That's pretty damn respectable. Like you said,
Sure.
what a time to be alive.
Yeah.
300 miles an hour
It's going
by
to be really
the average
exciting.
guy is going to be close in hand.
It's going to be really exciting to see who does it first because I guess you guys weren't there. I saw the release, the reveal of the Hennessy Venom F5
Right.
at SEMA, and that, I mean, they were saying it can do 300
They're saying it.
in theory. I want to get some verification on this. I want to see some tests run and some numbers.
I want to see the math, damn it.
Yeah, and I want to see those tires that they use because it was sure as hell not those Pilot Sport 4S's
No.
that were on the shell.
Well,
No,
I mean,
no.
yeah, supposedly that was just a show pony.
it
yeah.
was. It didn't have an engine or anything.
Right, which makes it far easier to, show up in Las Vegas with and be like, "Hey, look, here's a 300 mile an hour car.
Here's
Yeah.
the thing.
This is a thing. It's not the real thing, but it's a thing.
But it is a thing still.
Look for the real thing."
Yeah.
Coming soon,
Yeah, it's like a teaser trailer or some shit like that.
which
Something
they
like
also
that.
revealed.
That they did.
Mm-hmm.
That they did. But so there's that.
Yeah.
I'm actually really excited. I mean, I'm sure you guys found out. I don't know if you guys knew before our trip to SEMA, but with all the drag racing videos I was watching, since I subscribed to 1320 Video and all those other racing channels. But I'm a fan of going fast in a straight line, believe it or not.
You don't say.
Really?
Really?
Huh?
Like, really. I still want to do a drag week in some random bucket
That'd be cool.
and just
Yeah.
have it just as a cam feature.
That'd be dope.
I'm just curious to see who's going to be the first to hit 300.
That's going to be something. I think it's going to be a privateer. I don't think it's going to be a company.
Well, that might be, but I'm curious which of those big three.
Oh, which of the companies that are aiming for it are going
Yeah,
to
which
get it?
between
Yeah.
Bugatti,
Gotcha.
Koenigsegg, and Hennessy.
Yeah.
I get it. I'm picking up what you're putting down now. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I feel like Koenigsegg's going to do it.
I mean,
Hennessy's going to be the close second.
I think so. And Bugatti's going to be like, oh, yeah, but we can do it with air conditioning on. So it's what they're going to say.
Right, and then that's going to piss off the Swedes, and then
Of course.
Koenigsegg's going to do
Well, Koenigsegg's just going to laugh in their face and be like,
Right.
okay, but like we still did it first.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And then John Hennessy's going to be stealing money and parts from his clients.
Damn. Shots fired.
Viper bumper for sale.
for a Venom.
Yup. Well, while Dave's getting pizza, let's talk about Mike Skinner.
Let's talk about Mike Skinner. So, former The American.
Yes.
On the old, or the season 1 of Grand Tour,
We're going to call it the old Grand Tour.
Yeah.
And the old Grand Tour.
Yes, quite.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Damn.
So, yeah, Mike Skinner, who was the American character on season 1 of Grand Tour, is no longer going to be the American on season 2 of Grand Tour.
Now, I wonder, is this a decision by him? Is this a decision by management?
It's a good question. So, really, this all kind of spawned from, the place that we all get our news and information now, Twitter.
I go to Twitter for righteous outrage.
I actually don't follow anything on Twitter.
I have a Twitter. I don't really go on Twitter. I'll just hear about, our Lord and Savior, the almighty Cheeto, just rampaging at 2 in the morning.
Oh, that's why.
Shitter.
So, my personal Twitter is a dumpster fire of a lot of people getting on their soapboxes and yelling at other people. Cam Twitter is delightful. It's a lot of cars. We got Midweek Motorsport on there.
Yeah.
We got Ryan Eversley. It's just delightful.
Nice.
Not a lot of politics.
It's all in who you follow, kids.
Damn right.
It's all about your circles.
Retweet the good shit.
Damn right.
Peace, love, positivity. So, kind of out of the blue, on the Twitter sphere, Mike Skinner tweeted, FYI, I won't be joining the guys on at the Grand Tour second season. I wish them luck, or I wish them all the luck. My character wasn't developed as I was told. So it sounds like it's a management thing, giving him the boot.
Perhaps.
And then that was also followed by a tweet saying, and I agree with you, with many of you, that it sucked. If you're going to wear Evil Knievel's fire suit, you need to be Evil Flipping Knievel. Peace out.
Bye, Mike.
And then after that, he also tweeted, by the way, ... I enjoyed some of those cars I got to drive, and I really don't hate the Brits. See y'all at Goodwood Festival of Speed.
Yeah.
And that's kind of really the end of that on his Twitter.
Yeah,
But so if you look back, right, and see like what his character was, and where the boys were, and where they stood with the BBC,
yeah,
they had to in no way infringe upon anything that had to do with Top Gear.
Yeah,
in any way.
For legal reasons, this looks terrible.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
they couldn't even call him the tame racing driver.
No, they had to call him the American.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, they took a character of someone or something that was in an all-white race suit that never said anything.
Yeah.
And was just very to himself and very strange in that regard. And then they took... and you couldn't see his face and all that stuff. And then you kind of turn him into this character that, like, you see his face, you know damn well what's on his mind.
Yeah.
He's in Evil Knievel's fire suit. You know, that old...
I don't know. We're about to find out. Oh, we're still recording.
Hey, we're still live.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so they took someone or something that very reserved and to themselves and made them very flashy and called them a different name and just told them to send it.
I mean, yeah, there's that.
So when you take something that's very, very good and brilliant and then you want to turn it into the opposite of that, I mean, it doesn't always make it garbage.
In this case, it did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was by far and away the worst part of the Grand Tour. Followed, in my opinion, very closely by the Celebrity Brain Crash.
Well, and, like you've said before, they're still trying out a bunch of new things. They're still feeling out the audience.
They're feeling out the audience, and I do believe that Season 1 was basically a middle finger to the BBC.
Yeah.
I agree 100%.
Yeah, so I'm curious, and especially like the first handful of episodes. So I am curious with how the second season is going to go, both production-wise and how it's going to be received.
Right. Well, and I said before we even started watching the Grand Tour, when we were anticipating the first episode,
Yeah.
I even said, it's because it's not Top Gear. I mean, it's the good old boys, but it's no longer a car show. It's
a
car
travel show.
guys that made this travel show that involves cars.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they're calling it. It's a travel show with a couple of mates that the cars just so happen to be there.
Right, exactly. So they're also appealing to a new and what was probably once considered a secondary audience. Because, you got to think, there are people that are watching the Grand Tour that have never seen Top Gear.
Yeah.
Maybe. That's definitely possible.
Well, when it was after they first dropped it when you fired up Amazon Prime, like the video app.
Yeah.
That was like the big top banner thing. Like it was all over the place. So that's definitely the thing that they were pushing at the time.
They were
and
definitely
for a
pushing
while.
that. Also, though, Top Gear, the Clarkson era Top Gear was the most widely watched recurring television event of all time.
Right.
Yeah.
It's raking in hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of $1 million a year.
Right. No, I get that.
It had massive viewership.
Sure, and
it was only like second to or third to the World Cup and the Super Bowl, and then Top Gear.
Right.
Something I don't know what the order was, but
Reason would say that there's a lot of people who used to watch that specifically,
right,
that are coming into it because of name recognition, because of.
That's why I watched it.
To be fair, that is exactly why I watched it.
If there was a show called The Grand Tour featuring three blokes that I either A, had never heard of, or wasn't Clarkson, Hammond, and May, I probably wouldn't have watched it. Or I would have gone way later and found things on YouTube and be like, oh, this is that thing that they were talking about that one time.
You don't think you would have jumped on it and seen the
I would definitely not have forked down the money for an Amazon subscription.
Okay.
No.
All right. That's fair.
I definitely did it because I knew who those guys are and love what they do, and keep on want to get more of that.
Okay.
That's just my personal opinion, though.
What about you, Yum? Oh, fearless leader.
Well, so I think I don't think anybody was just grabbing a Prime account just because of them.
I'm probably one of the few people that did.
Yeah, I already had it because I forgot to cancel my Prime subscription a couple years ago.
I need to do that still.
It's still working in your favor, though, ain't it, Yum?
It's really paying for itself.
Hey,
so
all right.
Yeah.
Hey.
Anyway, no, unless you were a fan of the original Top Gear, you weren't grabbing an Amazon Prime account. But even then, that's a bit of a, it's I think they upped the price to $70 or something.
Have they?
If you're paying $70 just to watch one show,
you should probably just buy the show instead.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, that's a very questionable decision. But, also, that first season was definitely a, we're doing this and you can't stop us.
Absolutely.
Right.
No, I agree 100%.
Yeah. But I also think they did get some, because of just how that app is set up, and then whenever you open it up, there's just one giant banner that it most of the month of October, they turned the podcast Lore into a 6-episode miniseries, and I've been watching it, and it's very good. I do recommend it, but that has been at the top of the app whenever I open it up.
Yeah.
So, and that's how, and it also popped up in my recommended because I saved a couple horror movies in there.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, they will, if you watched a car movie or a car thing, they were going to shove that Grand Tour into your recommended next watch thing, and they were going to stick it at the very front of the line.
Amazon has always done that, though.
Yeah.
With everything, since they've started as a company.
Because they're really good at
That's how they got to be as successful as they are.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So.
But, there's that.
Indeed there is. And I think everybody's going to be happier that Mike's not around anymore.
Which sounds really sad because I'm sure,
Well,
he
here's
was
the thing. I'm sure
clearly-
Mike is actually a really awesome guy. I mean, he was like a Grand Am driver or something like that.
He did. I think he
before.
did
NASCAR.
He did the truck series. Like he was
Okay,
in
the
inaugural
NASCAR,
season.
the truck series. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. The Craftsman, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
something.
Like
Okay.
he was there from
Nextel
like day
Cup or
one
something.
for. No, Nextel Cup was actually the title series.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, no, it's been
I
the
don't
Craftsman.
do NASCAR.
It's
Sorry.
been the Craftsman Truck Series, and now it's the Camping World Truck Series.
That's right.
Yeah,
Because Nextel, I don't even know if Nextel is still a thing.
they aren't. They became Sprint.
Sprint.
Ah, right. Okay.
Because
So
it was
there's
Sprint
that.
Nextel.
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm sure he's a great guy, and I wish him the best of luck.
That character just wasn't him, though.
Well, that
No.
was kind of a. I agree with him. It's kind of a shitty position to be placed in.
it
Yeah,
definitely
because
was. He was
it's-
definitely used.
It's a
Yeah.
joke character
right.
that is designed almost specifically to mock Americans from these three dudes that were British.
He was like a little puppet put on by Clarkson, Hammond, and May, and they were just to basically give them a laugh.
Exactly. It was, and it
And
was
they-
for laughs, and I think to some extent it worked for everybody. I don't think anybody was really necessarily offended by it, and if they were, there are far deeper things to be heard about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it
I don't
still
think
was
everyone-
kind of a shit stick.
it
Yeah.
was. Because then he gets thrown away. It's like, oh, yeah, thanks for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there was that. Okay, moving forth. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and I'm sure wish him the best of luck in his future career endeavors. I'd
Indeed.
actually like to see more of him because I figure he's probably a halfway decent dude. Like I said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the guy's from California. New. All
Oh
right.
God.
Yeah. Okay. Round 3.
Jesus.
Fuck.
Third time's a charm?
Oh God, I hope so.
But anyway, so the guy's from California and he's talking like he's from Texas or Arkansas or something like that.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
part of the shtick.
South
But-
of the Mason-Dixon line.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. And so, it was just a shitty position for him to be in.
Mhm.
Wish him the best of luck. Hope we see him in the future. It's just one of those things.
Yes.
It didn't work out. And I think that was one of the things that gets hit with the grenade of trying new shit.
Yeah.
Because this is an all new thing.
Sure.
I mean, I don't think any other company or show or anything has tried to do anything of this kind, aside from BBC and Top Gear. I mean,
Yeah.
so this is without
And then they're told
stealing
you have
that business model. Yeah, you got to be
You've
like,
been doing this one thing for 20 years, more or less.
now we
15
need to do
15
this,
years.
but not.
But yeah, exactly. Or, well, not even just that, but they've been doing that one thing for 15, 20 years. And then, the carpet is ripped out from under them.
Sure,
And they're like, okay, well, what do we do now?
exactly.
Because we can't do that thing.
Right.
Because then we'll get sued.
But I mean, they're in the industry of entertainment, show business,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
they'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
So, but anywho, who wants a beer?
I'm set.
I'm good.
Thank you.
Okay, all right, fine then.
Appreciate the offer.
Put that right back in the box.
All right.
This evening's drink sponsored by Miller High Life
Champ-
in a can.
The champagne of canned beers. All right.
Anywho,
So just so I can keep an eye on this thing, I had to close up the mailbag. Matt, we'll get to your question next week when technology is hopefully not failing us. So Gavin or Dave or somebody, talk about this M3 CS thing.
okay, yeah, I just kind of stumbled across this, and I'm surprised we didn't have it in the agenda.
I
Especially
honestly
because
didn't
we're
see
all-
it until this evening.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we're all kind of BMW fans.
I like-
Well,
I like
I hate
BMWs.
BMWs, but I like what they're doing.
But that's because you've worked on BMWs.
Well, actually, it's funny you say that because the easiest clutch and transmission swap I've ever done was on a BMW.
How funny.
It was on the rental, the E39.
Yeah.
So there's that. I mean,
I know of other people that have done things with BMWs. If it overheats, once or whatever, because they're all made of aluminum blocks now. Just everything, just like the threads come out. And
well, and that's design stuff. That's whatever. But anywho, so 2018, we're going to be seeing the BMW M3 CS. Now, this is the first four-door that BMW's ever come out with to wear the CS badge,
Yes.
which is a little bit monumental in and of itself. Now, their traditional traditionally, they're, swoopy looking coupes. They're really fancy, sporty, right?
Well, because there's those CSs back in the 70s, right?
Right.
Those 3.0s.
Exactly. The CS and CSLs. And,
And
that
there's
kind of
the
stuff.
E46 M3 CSL.
Right. And I have no idea what CS actually stands for. I don't know if it's Club Sport. I don't know if it's carbon something. I don't know. S not actually standing for something.
It's easy to, assume it means club sport.
I mean, that you would think.
You would think.
And I say that because the most notable upgrade on the M3 CS over the standard M3 is its weight reduction. You're getting a lot of carbon bits.
Mm-hmm.
It's 110 pounds lighter
Damn.
than
That's pretty good.
which is huge.
That is quite a bit of weight.
And now you're getting that from, oh gosh, let's see here. It just scrolled out on me here.
But, how much does it already weigh, though?
That's a good
is
question.
that a
I'm not
4,000 pound
sure.
car yet?
I would imagine it probably is.
So it's a little bit of weight, yeah.
Yeah, so the CS model is pulling 110 pounds off of the standard four-door.
But with that, it's putting down 453 at the horsepower, and knowing BMW, that's probably at the wheel.
Yeah, likely so.
And 443.
Yeah, they're rating it 453 and 443
foot-pounds.
on 98 RON, which would be our equivalent of 93.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people mistakenly convert that. And 98 RON is 93. 96 RON is 91.
Okay.
95 RON is our 89 mid-grade.
Gotcha.
That's roughly what it comes
What is
out
RON?
to. I don't know.
Is it German?
It's a European standard.
It is,
Yeah.
okay.
It is a European and, I guess, Asian standard. Japan,
Gotcha.
I think, rates their stuff in that.
Yeah.
And anywho, so
if you're looking at power numbers and weight numbers, they're shedding 110 pounds, and they're upping the horsepower from 425 to 453. So that's actually pretty considerable.
right,
Along with the 110-pound reduction in weight.
right now, the only exception to the power deal is if you got the competition package M3, which made 444.
Oh, okay. So
Horsepower.
that is more or less the same.
Right. So I'm kind of thinking that on the same level, we're looking at what's a near identical reflash of the competition package
And then weight
in the
reduction.
CS with some weight redux, but you're only getting it as a sedan, and you're only getting it with the 7-speed auto.
Well, they only make the M3 in a sedan.
That's right. They do only
Yeah.
make the M3 in a sedan.
That's what the M4 is the
Gotcha. Okay.
M3 coupe.
Now, you'll see a little bit of M4 in this car, mostly in the rear fascia. It's got the carved butt wrinkles like the M4 does.
That's a pretty booty, though.
It's a good-looking butt. I would touch that butt.
Yeah.
Anywho.
0 to 60 in this, in the normal M3 is 3.9. In the CS, it's down to 3.7, and apparently, or allegedly, has a top speed of 174.
Yeah, so pretty quick. There's no list price right now on the car.
As of yet.
Right, because BMW says only 1,200 M3 CSs will be produced for 2018, and that is worldwide. So
Got
less
you.
than half of those are going to see the U.S. market.
Right.
So you're going to pay a premium for something that we only get 600 or less of.
I think those are probably all spoken for already.
That's what I was about to ask.
Probably
Yeah.
are.
I mean, anything super limited like that from somebody such as BMW or Porsche or Mercedes, usually
Yeah.
usually by the time we, the public, are hearing it,
They've all been spoken for.
yeah.
They've already been reached at, they've reached out to the future owners, and
Yeah, they have
They
Rolodexes
already
and lists
know.
of people.
They already know who they want to own their new vehicle.
Yeah.
So let's face it, unfortunately, none of us are on those lists.
No.
Or if we are on those lists, we're on the 3,000th page.
And if you are on that list, please feel free to let us know.
Mailbag at camautomag.com.
Or on any of our various social media, including the seldom used Twitter account, which I go to when I need to see happy Twitter.
Happy Twitter.
Yes.
Yay.
Alrighty.
That's great. But it's going to be sweet for a Halo car, from the company.
Yeah.
This is going to be something cool. I'm kind of wondering, looking at these pictures, so it's like dark gray or black. I'm wondering if those are the only two colors you could get it in. Like dark gray, black, or even that dark like navy blue that you could get M cars in.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure how. I mean, I know with the old CSLs, the only ones I've ever really seen have been like white. So
this is going to be kind of a
They
throw in a
did
different
come
direction.
in E46 with a silver.
yeah,
That's
I
true.
believe.
yeah,
That is true.
So, I mean,
But
I just want to see one in gold. Like that old, like, pukey looking gold from, like, E46 era.
that champagne metallic.
But it has some
whatever
green in it,
garbage.
too.
That-
Like,
one of these.
So like a dirty penny.
No, no.
but less brown.
Aha, right. No, I know where you're going for.
All right then. Well, on that note, before our technology fails us again, I feel as though we should bring this thing in.
Yeah, we're just going to have to go ahead and park this.
Yeah, unfortunately. But thank you for joining us and sticking with us through these problems. We appreciate it. We really do.
We'll figure it out. We're also, looking for technology sponsors. We could use a new desktop or a laptop. If you want to sponsor our podcast,
if you want to help us out in any way, shape, or form, please.
mailbag at camautomag.com or at camautomag on any of the social medias.
Yep,
Just
we
Google
would love
us.
it.
Just Google us.
Or just Google us. Y'all
Yeah.
know who he is.
Yep.
exactly. Yes, theme song, as always, is Print Something by Methuselah Worm. Follow them on Instagram, Facebook, and Bandcamp.
Yeah, dudes are super.
Yep. Buy our T-shirts. We've got quite a few going on there. I'm going to try to get a couple new designs in there.
Yes, yes.
And I'm also going to be moving the store to something that is not Teespring, something where you can just buy a damn shirt instead of having to wait for the campaign to get done.
Aha.
Yes,
Okay.
so-
Teespring is great, and I own a lot of Teespring T-shirts.
Yeah.
But I can understand the frustration of
Yes, it's-
ordering it
It's
and
been a good
waiting.
platform.
Yeah.
So,
Yep. So, yeah.
anywho,
Check camautomag.com. We're going to have a new feature going up second half of hopefully today as you hear this. If not, it'll be up tomorrow. Yeah.
Ooh.
So,
some goody good stuff.
yes. Fun stuff.
Fun stuff.
Yes.
Yay!
Have the feature and have a smile. Anyway.
Oh, I just got that.
There you go.
Oh, it clicked.
Yes.
Oh man.
And boom goes the dynamite.
Wow. All right. Spoiler alert, it's got hubcaps.
For a brief minute. We have those hubcaps, so
And we do, and we're going to give those bad boys away one day.
yeah, if you loved this podcast, if you hated this podcast, feel free to let us know on social media or shooting us an email to mailbag@camautomag.com. We would love to hear your feedback.
Can't stress it enough. We want you guys to all become Cam superfans.
Yeah.
Be like
Because
Alex Crane.
Yeah, be like Alex Crane. Be like Luke Dreyer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be like Punkin and Rick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be like everybody.
Yeah. Subscribe.
Be a rock star. Be a superstar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Be a Cam superfan.
Damn right. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Subscribe to this podcast on iTunes, Google Play, and wherever you find this podcast. And also, please rate and review us. That helps us get seen by more people so we can do more dumb shit.
And we like doing dumb shit.
Damn right.
shenanigans.
Believe you me.
Oh, shenanigans.
Farber, what's the name of that restaurant you like with all the goofy shit on the walls?
Shenanigans? You guys talking about shenanigans?
Oh.
Evil shenanigans.
Well, on that note, I will remind you that, when we say it, it's cheeky and fun. When you say it, it's fat-shaming and borderline a hate crime.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
All right.
Okay.
There's not too many other ways
That's
I can
good.
spin
Yes.
that.
All right.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, world.
I'm just going to do the fade out now.
Oh, okay.
All right.
So,
Yeah.
wait.
Stuff and such.
I mean, can we...